Hey, y'all, it's Ron. We're not in the y'all studio right now. We are in the conference room. We find this is a little more intimate and fun. So I hope you're enjoying us being in a little bit different setting. Grady's with us here. You just rolled into town, just got off the plane, got some exciting stuff going on. Tell us a little bit about who you are. If the people that are watching and listening right now, they don't know anything about you, what's the way you would describe your life to this point in music, and where do you want to go? That's a big question, I know, right?
That is a big question.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll just dive in.
Well, again, my name is Grady, and I'm based out of Connecticut. Kind of relaunching my career this year. I would classify my music as country grunge, I like to call it.
I like that.
Kind of labeled it as actually northern country.
Right.
Is based on grit and grind. It's kind of my theme I'm going with. But yeah, pulling a lot from the 90s grunge scene. I mean, that's kind of like my base, what I grew up in. And kind of.
So it's definitely got a little rock edge to it.
Definitely, yeah.
And I love that. And honestly, if you listen to country today, a lot of it has that kind of rock edge. So I think it fits right in with what, Bailey Zimmerman's doing, or it's kind of got that sound and that feel and that vibe. And you just played a bike rally here in Nashville just recently, right?
We did, yeah. We were down at Boswell's. We did a rally down there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you look back at the influences early when you were thinking about doing this as a career, I mean, is it the Nirvanas? Is it the Soundgardens? It's those kinds of people that influenced you, and then how do you make that leap to country?
Yeah, that's correct. So I grew up with Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Nirvana. That was definitely I started out as in a modern rock band on the scene. We've opened up for a lot of great bands, even some 80s bands like Rat and Skid Row. Opened up for Blondie, Better Than Ezra, Our Lady Peace, a lot of the modern rock bands at that point. So that was more edge. And then I've always had some country vibe going on in the music and the writing. And I actually came down to Nashville a few years after that and recorded down here, and they kind of blended the country into it. And I really liked the sound. So kind of really started there.
So let's talk about the writing a little bit, because how does that start to happen for you? Do you sit down and start to write a rock song and then all of a sudden go, no, I think this has got a country vibe to it? And does that mold the early career, or is it just you start out to write a country song?
I think it depends on what I'm listening to at the time. I started kind of listening. I'm very song orientated versus artist orientated. I just appreciate great songwriting. So whether it's Morgan Wallen, Post Malone, John Party, I just appreciate great songs. So I think if I get into a song, it gets in my head, and I just start kind of writing along that vein. Musically, emotionally, music has always been kind of therapy for me.
Yeah.
So the lyrical content and what I'm going through at the time kind of comes through the music that way. So that's how I write lyrically.
So do you think of yourself more as a writer, performer? How does that time get divided up? Is it writing to get on stage? Is it more about the performance, or is it more about the great song?
Definitely songwriting first. I mean, that's my passion, my strength, and then translate it to stage from there.
And you just dropped an EP recently.
That's correct.
So tell us about those songs.
Well, I recorded at a studio called Factory Underground up in Norwalk, Connecticut. Ethan Isaac and Mark Allen worked with them. Great guys, great studio. So it took about a year to record it. Did a 5-song EP up there. So we're doing like a waterfall campaign, which is kind of the new thing now. So releasing, one song at a time, and then I'm going to package the 5-song EP after we do the 5. So this song, Wild and Free, that we recently released is actually the third that we have available on all streaming outlets.
So when you get on stage, are you doing all 5 of the new songs now? I mean, they're out there. People have heard them, seen them. So what was the process like for you figuring out, because I mean, it is kind of that waterfall thing. Explain to people that probably don't understand how that mindset works, what you're trying to accomplish. So you're releasing this new music, and it's kind of staggered.
Correct. Yeah. So you release, it's kind of changed from the days where you put an album out, right?
Absolutely.
And selling the album, it's now singles, right? We're in the industry where people are just downloading singles right now.
Yeah.
So a waterfall campaign is basically just focusing on one song at a time. You're releasing it on Apple, Spotify, making a video for it, and just targeting that one song and eventually, at least the way we're doing it, eventually package it up as an album or an EP.
So let's talk about the video process. Was that fun?
That was great.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was absolutely fun.
So, when you sit back and you look at this project, where does that take you for your next step? What's the next evolution for you?
Just keep writing and recording. I'm in town now, trying to meet with a couple of different producers, and got to keep writing, got to keep recording. So I have a few other songs we're going to release off this EP, like I mentioned, but always have to keep writing and recording. So that's the next step.
And then staying on stage, staying in front of people, shaking hands and kissing babies.
That's it.
We all like to do that. That's awesome. So are you going to play anywhere around town anytime soon?
Well, we don't have any in Nashville here.
Nashville,
I have a writers round set up at the Commodore tonight, so I'm only in town for a couple of days. Yeah.
It's always fun. Writers rounds are great. We were talking about that a few minutes ago before we turned the cameras on. I think it's just something special about a writers round. I think people come and they want to know why you wrote the song, how you wrote the song, what's the song really about, what does it, so many times an artist will write something and, obviously it moves on to another performer, it becomes a big hit or whatever, and they don't get to hear how it was originally thought out, how it originally sounded. And I think it's kind of special sometimes just to hear the original version, how it was meant to be sung or how it was meant to be played. And I love that about Nashville, that we have that opportunity to go out and do writers round. So I'm super glad that you're here doing a round. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. So when you think about coming to Nashville and meeting folks and getting in front of a crowd or talking about the EP, what's changed from when you first started coming to Nashville to now? Because I would imagine that, as time passes, I see it every day. The industry's changed a lot from when I first got in. Has it changed for you as well?
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
I mean, quickly it's changing.
Yeah.
Big time.
So is that, I don't want to put you on the spot, but is that the better or the worse? Some good, some bad?
I think it's some good, some bad.
Yeah.
But it's been a learning curve. I've been kind of out of the loop for a little while. So it's just been a lot of learning, getting back into it. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things for Y'all 1067 is we play a lot of 80s, 90s, early 2000s songs. So when I talk to songwriters, I always want to ask if you could pick a song from the 90s that you wished you would have written or got to perform. Do you have a favorite?
Well, again, I'm more country. So, I mean, for me, it's going to be something along the lines of like Pearl Jam's Alive.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time I saw that video and heard that song, it just resonated with me. It just really hit me.
It's so funny. We were at the Nashville Songwriter Awards last week and talking to tons of artists. And it's funny how much that 90s rock / grunge sound influenced people that are now doing country. I mean, we kind of heard it time and time again. And, I didn't necessarily just leap to that conclusion until I started having these conversations. Music I loved too at that point, but it's funny now that how many people have said to me that influenced me to do country. Who would have thought, right?
I know, right?
That's kind of crazy, really. So what's the best way to stay in touch with you? Is it social medias? Is it, how do you find the music? What's the best way?
Yeah, my handle on Instagram is Grady.McAuliffe. It's McAuliffe. Kind of a curse of a last name to be in this business, but and TikTok, I'm not really on there a lot, but it's Grady Music. But the easiest way is if you search Grady Northern Country. Okay. All my Instagram stuff comes up. YouTube video, we have a video on YouTube, and Vimeo. So
and you can find all the music.
You can find all the music that way. Spotify, we're streaming there. Apple Music, Tidal, anywhere you stream your music.
So the ones that have been released so far, it's like On the Edge, Wild and Free, Behind the Bar. Those are out, right?
That's correct.
People can find all those right now. And still a couple more coming.
And we have a couple more coming, yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in. It's been great just hanging out and chatting.
Thanks, Ron.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.